Hello and welcome back to my channel YouTube, and Crystal Palace have just handed Man United a new one. What a result, what a performance, but Man United look shambolic. But let's start by giving Palace the credit they deserve, because we can all look at how bad Man United were, but let's just take a moment to look at the brilliance of Crystal Palace. What Oliver Glasner's doing with Crystal Palace is nothing short of exceptional. And I always say the biggest myth in football is he knows the league. He knows the league. He knows the league. He's going to do well. It's the biggest myth in football. Pep Guardiola didn't know the league when he came in. Jurgen Klopp didn't know the league when he came in. Mikel Arteta didn't know. Well, he kind of knew the league because he played in it. But what I'm saying is you don't need to know the league to be a good manager. You just need to have a structure, have a plan, have an identity, and be able to adapt to different situations. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Oliver Glasner. Now, if you all remember, I put out a thread. When he first got the job, I put out a thread. What he would bring to Crystal Palace, and I think we're all seeing that unfold. That brilliant what am I trying to say? I forgot what I'm trying to say. That brilliant 3-4-2-1 formation, and the ability to get the best out of these players, especially the two wing backs and the centre forward, is exceptional. And he models these games around those players. Usually the games are modelled around the spine of the team, but the way Glasner plays is quite unique and exceptional. And what I love about him is ability to adapt to the opposition. So Glasner set up in a 3-4-2-1 formation, and what he does is he plays differently when he's defending to when he's attacking. So when he's defending, he'll go back into a 5 formation, but when he's attacking, he'll stick to that 3 formation. Have his 2 centre midfielders disciplined in front of the back 3 and allow his wing backs to get in and around the striker, which we don't see much of. But when he goes direct, he wants his wing backs or the 2 just behind the strikers to pull out wide. But when he's trying to play through the lines, he'll get them more inverted, and that allows the wing backs to create overloads on the outside. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Man United. But the best thing I think Glasner has brought to this Crystal Palace team is overloads in the final third, because Roy Hodgson didn't really do that. And I think that's when we noticed that Crystal Palace's strikers were isolated. They didn't have the options around them. They were doing all the hard running, but when they got on the ball, they didn't have those options. But now he's got multiple options with Elise, Eze, Tyreek Mitchell, Daniel Munoz, all in and around him. So it allows him to thrive in the final third. That's exactly what Mateta is doing at the moment. He's thriving, and I think that's because of the overloads in the bodies around him, giving them that support that he needs when he's up there, instead of feeling isolated and getting his head down because nothing's going right. And I think that's the best thing he's brought to this Crystal Palace side, apart from structure. Now, I've said for I said when he come in that Oliver Glasner is a manager that punches above his weight. He's done it with everywhere, especially Eintracht Frankfurt, and he's brought that into Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace are now unbeaten in the last 5, with wins over Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, West Ham. They drew against Fulham. That's exceptional. Think of those teams. Man United, the biggest club in England. Liverpool, somebody who's challenging for the Premier League up until recent weeks. Newcastle United, one of the most heavy metal sides, and not physical, but I wouldn't say physical as in like physical. I mean like fitness wise. They're just relentless. And then you got West Ham, who are a very, very good team. And Fulham at home are a very, very good team at Craven Cottage. So that's exceptional. And I said a few weeks ago, if Crystal Palace can keep their main characters, just add in a few more experienced players, they'll be challenging for Europe next season. Even if they do lose either Elise or Eze, Because I think they're more than just Elise and Eze. I really do. I think Adam Morton has come into his own in the Premier League and he's outstanding. I think Joachim Andersen is brilliant at the back. Let's not forget Mark Gahey didn't start this game either. Chris Richards has been exceptional and he's going really under the radar. Daniel Munoz has been an unbelievable signing for them. Tyreek Mitchell looks like a brand new player. And then Will Hughes is starting for Crystal Palace when they beat Man United 4-0, when they went to Anfield and won, when they beat Newcastle United. That just goes to show the man management that Oliver Glasner has brought in their squad and the ability to get the best out of the players. Now, let's not forget they're doing this without Doucouré, who I think is a top defensive midfielder. I think when he comes back, him and Adam Morton are going to dominate midfields. And especially when you got Michael Olise and Eze ahead of them. That's brilliant. But why would Michael Olise want to leave Palace to go to Man United? Somebody tell me, because if I'm Michael Olise, I think I'd rather stay at Palace. And I get the whole camaraderie about playing for Man United. This is Manchester United. I get that. But this is a new era of Manchester United. When you got a manager like Erik Ten Hag, and I'm struggling to defend the guy, I really am, because I've tried to defend him and I think it's deeper than Erik Ten Hag. But let's look at some of the players that Man United started last night. Diego Dalot, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho, Mason Mount, Anthony, Rasmus Højlund. There's not many others that would start ahead of them. I get Rashford, I get it, Bruno Fernandes, but that's a very, very good team. And that should have produced much, much more than what we've seen. The basics in football is working hard, closing down, winning your personal battles, and just giving everything for the badge. And we've seen none of that last night. Absolutely none of it. And I think these players aren't buying into what Erik Ten Hag's trying to do, because Erik Ten Hag isn't trying to do anything. It's kind of like he just picks an 11, puts them out on the pitch and says, go and play, go and win the game. I can't see any tactical structure. Can't see whether they're trying to play out the back. From the back, I can't see whether they're trying to go long. I just don't see anything. It just seems lost completely. And until you get a manager that brings in a structure, it's never going to work. Look at Newcastle United. They've got a style of play, right? They've had more injuries than Man United this season. They've had the worst injuries in the Premier League, but they still play the same way. Yes, it's not at the higher level. So, for example, taking out Anthony Gordon and starting Jacob Murphy might not be to the same level, but he'll still do the same job to the best of his abilities, and he'll still play the way Eddie Howe wants his team to play. Whereas Man United, when they change a personnel, it's like they go from black to white. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's like putting white sauce in a bolognese. It's crazy, and I just can't see what he's trying to do at all. Personally, I think Man United will make a change in the summer. I think it's went too far. But the fact that they're not getting linked to any managers shows that they don't really have anyone lined up. And that's the problem. There's been no direction, no structure about what Man United are doing. It's kind of like anyone that has a good season they want to sign. They don't sign a player to fit in their system. They sign a player because he's getting hyped. And that shouldn't be right. Should be signing a player that fit in the manager's system. And I just can't see that. I can't see it at all what they're trying to do. And if I'm a footballer now and I'm looking at Man United and they're interested in me, my team looks like it's going in the right direction, I'm staying at wherever I am. Don't care about the money. Money's an object. It comes and goes. You'll still be highly paid at where you are. And that's the problem. Man United just look way off it. Let's not forget Chelsea could finish ahead of them this season. I think Man United will get cooked by Arsenal. I'm going to have a look at Man United's fixtures actually. See who they've got left to play. Because I know Arsenal's won. So they've got Arsenal at home. I think they'll get beat. They've got Newcastle away. I think they'll get beat. They've got Brighton away. Last game of the season. And I think they'll get beat. I can't see them winning another game. And if Chelsea win 2 out of 3 games, 1 out of 3 games, they finish above Man United. That is incredible considering how cooked Chelsea have been this season. So Man United need to take a long, hard look at themselves. I would say there's only a handful of players that are good enough for Man United in that squad. Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes, Diego Dalot, Kobe Mino. And I'm struggling. I'm absolutely struggling. Who else? Rasmus Højlund. And do you know what? I'm going to give Amad Diallo a shout out. But the rest of them, they can be sold. They need to go. Need to go. That is... I can't believe what I've seen. But I don't think Man United will win another game this season. So if you... I want to know your thoughts. Are you Ten Hag in or are you Ten Hag out? I was Ten Hag in, I'm not going to lie. But I think I've seen enough now. Enough is enough. I think I'm Ten Hag out. Let us know in the comments below what you think. And do you think Man United will pick up another point this season? Let us know in the comments below.